So we've been talking about football this morning. And one of the things we like most about the pro coverage, the NFL coverage, are some of the impressions.
Frank Caliendo does them better than anyone. And not just sports figures, politicians and actors. And his live shows are awesome.
Right here. There he is, Frank Caliendo.
Wow, looks like I just saw myself on the monitor and realized maybe I should have done something with my hair or skin tone.
Let's not go overboard,
Holy
Frank.
cow, maybe we could get some bronzer on me. Could somebody do that except for right around the eyes? Would that be a good idea? Listen, this has become the #1 show you guys have ever done, and the ratings are going through the roof right now. It's incredible how great your show is. And listen, we're not going to just make, where's my camera? The red light? Of course it is. Listen, if we don't start getting a director telling me where to look, I'm going to build a wall between myself and the director, and I'm going to make Mike and Mary pay for it. It's going to be tremendous. It's an M&M show. That's what it is. This is the original M&M. 8 Mile, forget about 8 Mile. This is where it came from. In fact, they feng shuied this themselves. Is that how you say it?
Well,
Feng
actually,
shui?
it was feng shuied by Mary.
Oh
Did
my
you
gosh.
do this? Because you're doing a tremendous job. You really are. And I'm not just saying that. You got some professional. Listen, if there's anybody who needs professional help, it's Mike. But you guys are really doing. Listen, you're much too much of a lady to be laughing that hard. And you do it tremendous. Listen, I don't mean to say that, but you're laughing like a crazy person. You really are. At this point, I might make you part of the campaign. That's how incredible. And Frank Caliendo, who I'm doing Donald Trump talking about Frank Caliendo. I don't even have to open my eyes right now. That's how great this is. I'm not taking a side here in the presidential election. Vote for who you want. I just think this guy's funny. He does a tremendous job. Listen, no, I'm not going to let you ask any questions. I'm going to look at your little tiny little iPad there. Look, give me your iPad. Give me the iPad. This is actually a full-size iPad unit. And look at my huge hands. Look at the size of my hands. This is an iPad Pro. I was wrong. It's an iPad Pro. This is actually twice the size of a regular iPad. And I am Wreck-It Ralph, and this is like a toothpick. That's how big it is, and how big and tremendously large my hands are. Like, I could actually break bricks like Super Mario Brothers. I am Super Donald Brother. That's what I can do. And when I get the star, I will beat Crooked Hillary with my invincibility. I really will. Take that back because I dropped things.
How much have you loved the last year having Trump run for president?
It's really, I mean, it's great for me. I mean, I think it's the craziest election I've ever seen.
Any of us, yeah.
I mean, it would be fun just to run as Trump myself. I'm the second Donald Trump. I'm making a pivot to the middle of the galaxy. That's where we're going. And I'm going to make the galaxy great again. And I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to make the universe great again. And not just this universe. I'm going to make every universe great again. The Marvel universe, the DC universe. That's right. Spider-Man, Batman, and I will be fighting crime, throwing boomerangs, batarangs to be more specific, Trumperangs, spinning Trump webs, and combing our hair in a circle.
You have a whole Trump series. Can we go to, just show part of this clip? If Trump were, is the hat, and so you've done
tremendous.
him.
It's the #1 Trump series.
Donald Trump as a mail carrier,
Mail
for example.
carrier, and that's a male person, not a carrier of other men.
You've got all of these online. If our viewers want to go find them, of course, you're welcome to. Have you heard from Donald Trump about you doing him?
I did a sketch with him years ago, and it was a lot of fun because he was different. I don't know what he's like now. I can't attest to that at all. But he was. It was funny because we were halfway through the sketch and something happened. And we stopped down. He's like, "Is this okay? Does this seem funny?" And everybody was like, "Yes, Mr. Trump, fantastic, Mr. Trump." I was like, "Wait. Does anybody ever tell you something isn't good?" He's like, "No, Frank, and that's part of the problem." I was like, "Oh, he gets the joke." And you're doing the Trump face while I'm doing it, and it's starting to throw me up. You're starting to talk like this, like you're looking into an aquarium and mimicking the fish. That's what you're doing. And now I'm doing an impression of you.
This is such a weird thing.
You know what's funny is because your fingers actually go backwards when you do that. You're tremendously double jointed. Did you work in the circus? Because you look like a circus person.
This is such a weird experience for me as a fan of yours, because I have loved you since I first saw James Brown tossed to a piece of you doing Jim Rome. And this is years ago now.
Incredible, phenomenal.
Arugula.
Right now, arugula, the greatest lettuce known to man. In fact, it's the #1 lettuce. I'll tell you what, man, I love arugula. I visited there for vacation one time. You ever hear the Beach Boys sing that song? Arugula. No, that's what it is. Aruba, man. That's off on that a little bit.
But it's so like you're making fun of, but I love you. I've loved you for years. It's so weird to have you sitting here.
Yeah, well, it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty amazing.
She'll randomly throw out arugula.
Right? Oh, arugula.
Just the way you, I just love it all.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right.
I saw on Twitter. Were you hacked? Did you get hacked by somebody?
Yes,
like
yes,
a Twitter
completely.
hack, or what was
but it was somebody was just saying terrible things, and I'm very clean, at least comedy-wise. I don't shower, so the #1 shower probably here today next to you, Mary. I am the keymaster, you the gatekeeper. Okay, that didn't make sense. But Vince Clortho was a tremendous character. We have to admit that. What was the question? I haven't slept.
I don't remember.
You were hacked.
Oh, I was hacked. And people were just swearing and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it was so funny because I was getting texts from ESPN people and stuff like that, like, you've been hacked. And I wanted to go, no, this is just who I am now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. It was a weird thing because the hack, as you can tell, I'm a little bit demented and dark in the humor. But I was laughing at the things the person was saying at the same time. Like, I've got to fix this because I have a career that could be hurt by this somewhat. But it was people.
Got it all cleared up. Are you ready for? Are you doing football season?
You guys both asked me the same question.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, ask me different questions at the same time. I'll answer them both.
Are you doing football season?
Or have you been working on anybody new?
Yes, I've been working on a tremendous amount of new people during football season. What? Is it anybody new? Yes and no. I mean, it's one of those things with the impressions. I've tried to work on more characters outside of the impressions, because what happens with an impression is the person can pass away. Like we see that with Robin Williams, who's always one of my favorites to do, or like Bill Cosby, who was always one that was a standby that was easy for anybody to do, and now it's
no more Bill Cosby.
No, I almost did it, and said that would have been awkward. So it was. It's one of those things when you have a relative or something you do an impression of, or a friend, then it's timeless because you can do it at any time. Nobody knows anything about their real history. But it's weird when George isn't president anymore, not that you know of.
Right.
I'm actually president of a place called Zipdapde, which is a planet in the Zepnar galaxy. Which is also 90% of those people are voting for me. And everybody knows.
Do you do impressions of
I'm not the only one saying this.
Do you do impressions of family members that aren't famous?
And you just make them characters. You just make them characters in the show and stuff like that. When you have somebody around you that does something, hey, how's it going? Then you make them that person in an act or something.
Frank's shows, he had 2 for the Funny Bone tonight, and he's got so many fans. Both are sold out, so unfortunately we can't send you to get tickets. We can just say thank you,
Look
Frank
at this,
Caliendo,
I'm building a wall
here.
of pillows, and I'm going to make the director
Frank,
pay for it.
We
It's
adore
always good to
you.
see you, Frank.
We do.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Frank.
Have a good night here in Omaha.
I have these pillows.
You can take those. Well, the finale of the Bridge Beats concert series canceled tonight because of the weather.
Yeah, one of the most distinct bands.